Good morning, friend. We are discussing about the Vision IS 5IS question. Let's discuss the first question. First question is related to the statement in front of you are, if the President of India exercises power as provided under Article 359 of the Indian Constitution, then see Article 359. You are very well known that Article 360 is related to the financial emergency related provision in the Constitution. But Article 359, if the President of India exercises power provided under Article 359 of the Indian Constitution, then what does it signify? It means that they are basically wanted to know about whether you read the Article 359 in the very word and spirit, right? So that is the type of a question that are based on your practicalism. At the same point of time, you are remembering power. Okay, the first statement in front of you are number 4. The President can promulgate ordinance of any state. See, the President can promulgate ordinance for any state. It is not required any prohibition or the, for example, Jammu and Kashmir, where earlier, in case of earliest thing I wanted to say here is that the President cannot directly promulgate the President rule, where first promulgate the Governor rule and then go for the President rule, and the Governor rule should be there for the 6 months. And after that, President rule, if necessary, can be employed, but at the same point of time, the permission should be taken from the Legislative Assembly of the Jammu and Kashmir, and that they should be passed. Okay, the first statement I talk about, the President can promulgate ordinance of any state. Number 2, the power of the High Court are subsumed by the High Court. See, the power of the High Court and the Supreme Court, it makes one. Number 3, the President is empowered to suspend the enforcement of some fundamental right. So, number 4, he may extend national emergency for any part of the country and not for the entire country. Basically, it is done through the, I think, 47th constitutional amendment of the, I'm really sorry for that, 38th constitutional amendment during the time of the Indira Gandhi in 75 or 76, whatever you wanted. Let's see the next question. Next question, you can relate it with the geography section, in which they are asking about with reference to the ooze. Consider the following statement. Number 1 statement in front of you are, the terrigenous deposit and are deposit on the continent itself. They are the terrigenous. So, ooze are the terrigenous, basically. Terrigenous deposit and are deposit on the continent itself. Continent itself, I know very well. You know, for example, it is a type of a system that are found under the topography of the ocean. See, it is type of this thing. That is the type of a slope at the selves there, right? Second statement, they are saying they consist of the shelly and the skeletal remain of the marine organism that they are found in. So you have to choose the correct option from the option that are given here. First, second, both first and second, neither one, neither two. So again, let's see the next question. Next question is related to the, for example, in the context of the Indian revolt of 1857, you can correlate with the history section that is asking about the revolt of 1857, which of the following pair are correctly matched. Number 1 thing, in which the following leaders are emerged at the time of the 1857 revolt, basically, and the reason that they are emerged are in the Lucknow, that whether be the Bhakt Khan, second the Kanpur, Peshwa Bajirao second, Bihar conversing. So you have to choose the correct option from there, and the option are in front of you are third is basically the Bihar Kumar region, first and second basically Lucknow, Bhakt Khan and Kanpur, Peshwa Bajirao, second and third, Kanpur and Bihar you can say, and first and third basically, first and third. So all the permutation combination that try to give in a very much detail. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the environment section, which they are asking about which of the following adaptation can be found in the floor of the hot and the dry desert. See, which of the following adaptation is nothing, whenever there is a heat there, the body are found in a much small way. Limbs are extremity, jo hamare hand and legs limbs are found in a longer way as compared to the cold adaptation, whether the body are formed subcutaneous fats there and the body are basically small, so that the energy that are there that should not be dissipated from the body, and the metabolism should be reduced, and the energy that they have provided that should go for the metabolism process of the person. See, the first statement they are saying which of the following are adaptation of the floor of the hot and the dry desert. Basically, dry desert is nothing but a hot also, and hot in dry desert, and hot can be the moist desert basically, and the dry desert is nothing where the humidity is very less, for example the Rajasthan you can say, but hot you can say is the Telangana region where the humid hotness can be found, or because the continentally there is a rain, and then we can say that the most hot found, right? Let's see the adaptation. The storage of the water in the stems and the root. First statement, glossy, the flora basically, the storage of the water in the stems and the root. Second, so that they cannot be transpirated easily. Glossy and the waxy leaves, so that again water cannot be transferred from the plants to the atmosphere, or transpiration is the process. Number 3, long deep roots, so that they can extract the water. Is it the adaptation of the hot desert there? So option in front of here, first and second, first third, first second, second third, first second third. So these type of question already asked in the examination, so I think that is not so difficult question for you, because they are discussed many times by various science and tech teacher on the YouTube itself, right? If the President of India exercises power as provided under Article 359 of the Indian Constitution, then what does it mean? The President is empowered to suspend the full enforcement of some fundamental right. And what is the fundamental right, and which how the fundamental right are not anywhere, it means that at any point of time it could not be suspended basically. Let's see the option here. Article 359 authorizes the President to suspend the right to move any court for the enforcement of the fundamental right during the national emergency that are power given in Article 359 of the fundamental right of the Indian Constitution, such as not suspended but only the enforcement. So option C are correct. The said article are theoretically alive, but the right to seek a remedy is suspended. The suspension of the enforcement, and what is the right that are given for the theoretically live, that is enforcement related to the fundamental right, are under the Article 32. And Article 32 basically they are wanted to say is that in the inherent term suspended. Further, the suspension could be for period during the operation of emergency or the shorter period as mentioned in the article, so that the normalcy can be maintained, and the suspension road order may extend to the whole or any part of the country. It should be laid down each house of the parliament for approval. The 44th Constitution Amendment Act of 1978 restricts the scope of the Article 359 in two ways. Number firstly, the President cannot suspend the right to any person to move, or any person basically, not any person but the citizen of India to move the court for the enforcement of the fundamental right guaranteed by the Article 20 and 21. Secondly, any those laws which are related with the emergency are protected from the being challenged, not other law and the executed taken away any such law. So there is the whole thing that again Article 359. Basically you know about the thing which article cannot be suspended, which article give the power to the President to suspend the article of the fundamental right. So let's see the next question. Next question is about the oogies. They are considered the shelly and the skeletal remain the marine organism, and they are pterygious deposit and deposit. No, that is the first second statement are correct. Let's see they are pterygious deposit are derived from the land and are mainly deposited on the continental shelf. The oogies are the pelagic deposit because they are derived from the ocean. So first is not correct. They are made of the shelly and the skeletal remain of the marine microorganism with calcareous and siliceous. For example, you can take the example of the coral polyps. Basically, they have very fine flower-like texture and either occur as accumulated deposit or the float about its suspension. So second is also correct. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the with reference to the India's culture history, which is the following a contribution to the Kushan rules in India. Kushana rule in India. They are the first one to issue gold coins. I think I forgot this question. So first and second are correct. Let's see the Kushana rule, how their administration system in India. Number first, they were the first one to issue the gold coin. That is very good, and the quality of that coin is the purest one in any continent, right? Okay, and the development of the Mahayana from the Buddhism, that also the part. Earlier they are focusing on the Hinduism, but at the later point of time they are respecting both the religion. They are made themselves Buddhism, right? And repairing of the Sudarshan lake in Kathiawar. I think that is the rule of the Maurya that they are doing. And let's see, first and second are correct. Let's see about the first and second are correct. I again told it about the gold coins were issued on a wider scale in the 1st century BC by the Kushana ruler. And what did this signify? It signified the prosperity of the kingdom, the trade and export and the happiness of the people basically. So there is the whole thing. These were virtually identified in weight with the laws issued by the contemporary Roman Empire and the Parthian ruler of Iran, and have been found from several sites in North India and Central Asia. Kushana became a great patron of Mahayana school of Hinduism. What is the Mahayana school of Buddhism? Buddhism is related to two types of school in which the Mahayana and Theravada school are found basically in Hinayana also. Hinayana basically say that the old Buddha's picture and the old ideals of the Buddhism should be retained. But at the same point of time, Mahayana Buddhism said that with timing of changing of the tradition and the culture, the time is changing, the whole tradition should be changed so that the people, other also get benefit because of the specialization work at that point of time. Because all people cannot go for the Hinayana Buddhism, but they are wanted to, but the Kushanas are promoted or patronizing the Mahayana Buddhism in the Central Asia region, right? Kushana became a great patron of Mahayana school of Buddhism. Kanishka even held at a Buddhist council in Kashmir also, where the doctrine of Mahayana Buddhism were finalized. The famous Shaka ruler in India was the Rudramana first, who undertook repairing work. So that the Rudramana first, who take the repairing work to improve the Sudarshan lake in the semi-arid region of the Kathiawar, which has been used for the irrigation for the long time that work with the Maurya. So second is not correct, third is not correct basically, but that is not the contribution of the Kushanas, but the Shakas at that point of time. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the third is correct. Yes, Bihar from conversing. Lucknow I think Begum Bhagat Khan kuch Begum Hajrat Mahal from Lucknow, and Kanpur I think there is a Balaji Bajirao, no, but I forgot that name. Let's see. Third only correct. Let's see the thing. To the fight. Third, Rani Lakshmi Bai was forced by popular. So third is correct. So yes, Nana Sahib that is the successor of the Pesha Balaji Bajirao of second that held in Kanpur and show the leadership there. And for example, if you are talking about Lucknow, his Begum Hazrat Mahal took over the region of the Lucknow. Her son Bir Singh Qadir was proclaimed as the Nawab. Jain Bhagat Khan was led the movement in Delhi. So that the whole thing that they are given. So let's see the next question. Next question related to the environment section. So all are correct basically. That is the type of adaptation. The flora of the hot and dry desert are showing. Number 5. Desert plant have developed different way of capturing water in order to survive. Basically, in their habitat, their changes are called adaptation. A common adaptation is to store water in the. So main aim is the storage of the water, the preservation of the water. So all these things are happened around this. And the principle behind the same is that these changes are called adaptation. A common adaptation is to store water in the root, stems, leaves, and fruit. Plants have stored in such a way are called the succulent, and one of the cactus is the best example. And many books give that example. Desert plants limit their water loss through their leaf surface by size, sheen, or texture of their leaves. Small or the spiny leaves units the surface of the area exposed to the dry. Then the glossy leaves also found there, so that the radiation from the sun can be reflected back, and the evaporation rate there wanted to be stopped. Wavy leaves prevent moisture from the escaping, so that the type of preservation that are handled and that are adapted there. Some plants have developed very long roots so that they can get water from the ground to reach underground water. Others have developed a spreading root system because they wanted the resource to be diversified so that they can get more water from there. So that is the news, that is the 5 questions that we already discussed. Let's see the news that you can study from The Hindu and PIB related article that you seen. Now first is India began a 2-year tenure of the non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council UNSC. So that's the type of question. Reserve Bank of India introduced the digital payment index. Next, the Prime Minister lays the foundation stone of the lighthouse projection entered Nagaland declare disturbed area under the Armed Forces Act. So that is the good, not a good thing basically. Release of the draft 5th National Science, Technology and Innovation for the public consultation are formed, and also in news that is reimaging of duties and taxes of the export product. Treasury bill are in news. National database of the sex offender. Next, the nationwide vaccine day run. Next, the Majuli Island data is in news. Next, see you can see here. We had already discussed about the Election Commission UPSC. SPSC is somewhat related of the UPSC itself, but the role of the president is replaced by the governor. But one thing, the removal is done by the president, that is the main aim here. Otherwise, the same thing, but the tenure use 6 or 662 year. Let's see about the Financial Commission. Financial Commission are that there is a 1 chairman there, and 4 are the person that are related to the economy section basically. Appointed is done by the president, and tenure is specified by the president, and service condition again by the president. Report submission is done through president, and the appointment is also be there. Let's see the National Commission for Scheduled Caste. There is chairman, vice chairman plus 3 president. Appointment, for example, president. Tenure is of 3 years and service condition by 3 years by president itself. Report submission president, and eligibility you can say National Commission for Scheduled, same thing are there. Then let's take the example the CAG is the composition, same 1 CAG is there. Appointment is done by the president. No type of a selection panel found there. Basically in case of majorly because of the tenure is 6 or 65 year, service condition is done by the parliament, I think. Yes, parliament. Okay, removal is done through the same as Supreme Court judges, right? And so report submission president, and reappointment, post appointment not eligible, and other remark that they are charged from the Consolidated Fund of India. Their services, the services they are provide. Okay, next is the Advocate General and Attorney General. President is the appointment or by I think I discuss in the next class. Okay, the type of the thing that they are deciding. See, that is the skull of the apes basically. There is a sagittal crest, receding head is there, that is the receding head. Heavy bore is there, prognathism will be found, prominent canine is there, heavy mandible is found, geomorphic arch is there, smaller cranium, heavy mandible you can say, small bulbous cranium, zygomorphic arc also found, small canine is there, small face and jaws, high ridges is not found. Next is the ring of fire is found there, that is the type of a North America region, that is the America, and that is the South America region, that there are, and it is the Pacific Ocean basically, and that is the ring of fire, and that is the China here, the Russia here, that is the Japan here, Philippine here, Indonesia, and Australia type of some of the part of the Australia is found there. So that is the ring of fire where the 90% of the earthquake and the volcano are found. Let's see the desert of the world. Great Caspian and Colorado Plateau are found in North America. Sonora, Mojave and Chuhan in the North America region. South America, if you are talking about Atacama and Patagonia, the famous desert basically. If you are talking about the Asia, Gobi, Takala Kalam, Karakoram, Krizkolam, found in the Asia. And what is the term meant by come? Come is nothing but the desert. Then is the Africa, Sahara, Arabian Thar, Namib and Kalahari found in the Africa region. Tanamis, Great Sand, Gibson, Great Victoria and Stuart Stimson desert are found in the Australia region. Let's see the next thing. See, that is the type of water bodies where the ocean has the water there. California, Labrador, Greenland, Canary, Peru, Benguela and Western Australia in the Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Oyashu. And for example, Canary Current in the Atlantic Ocean, Labrador in the Atlantic Ocean and Benguela in the Atlantic Ocean. California and Peru are in the Pacific Ocean. Let's see the next thing. Next thing is about the type of cold waves. You can say the North Blizzard, Chinook and Norte, Tempera, Zonda, Berg, Habub, Harmattan, Khamsin, Sirocco are found in the Africa region. Helm, Bora, Elastine, Mistral, Phone, Levant is found in the Europe region. Buran and Karaburan in the Asia region. Backfield and Southerly in the Australia region. See, that is the news that I wanted to show here is that is going to be very important if you study in a very much detailed way, because gender gap in India, there is an insight mind map they found in introduction. The gender gap is the difference between the women and men as reflected in social, political, intellectual, cultural, economic attainment or the attitude that they are towards themselves, right? What is it? I again repeated, the gender gap is the difference between the women and men as reflected in social, political, intellectual, cultural, economic attainment or attitude. So it is the type of prejudices and the privileges by one person and other they are noted like that, and the right of the one person to other, the huge gap is found there, the authority to make. Next is the female labor force participation. If you are talking about the underrepresentation of women in the workforce is about social and economic loss. Globally, female participation in the labor force is about 2/3 of that of men, 2/3 of that of men. So 2/3 you can say 66% of the men. COVID-19 has been registered regressive shock of women. Jobs and livelihood have been more vulnerable. Global, the COVID-19. Next is the global inequality. India score quite low in what come to the gender equality. According to UNDP Human Development Report, India is ranked 125 out of 159 country in gender inequality index. Research show in India women are paid 35% of less than men for performing the same job. There is a quite distressing condition. Women are underrepresented in senior managerial posts. So as per the Oxford data shows in 2017, NITA report showed that 20% of the research and administrative staff in a select committee of institutions including IIT. Okay, next that is harder for women to access funds and capital for farming also, because there is no representation there is no policy making for them. They are not included even in that case if we are making the agriculture policy there. Classifying men as a breadwinner and women pursuing job as a career women was reported by the Oxford University. It is the reason behind basically there are still unwritten rules that are women of today is expected to not overstep in any circumstances, which are the soft patriarchy. Women also lack inheritance right leading to the feminization of the poverty. Key factors that have limited the role of the women in the Indian economy, for example, the role of the entrenched gender norms in our society, that is the income of men, their lack of a quality job for women. Achieving gender parity is not about the organizing awareness program and passing for a new post in office. It's all about the fundamental altering of any society. But the way forward, let's see, as experiences with the rural self-group should be promoted. Women are promoted repaying loans, and the government should step in the government and release loan for women. Policy measure could include addressing for reducing the amount of the unpaid worker and balancing it between men and women, supporting the employee of a state fund provision of the child care and intervention to address the digital and financial inclusion. The family needs to address the changing role of women and the voluntary to share household work, introducing part-time and flexi-time work facility to provide their burnout, online restoration guide and food gathering. Zomato said it is introducing up to 10 days of the period leave for all women employees to build a more inclusive work culture in the organization. Online restoration kind and food hoarding platform Zomato. Results suggest that the man wages will increase as a result of the greater inclusion of women in the labor force. Such productivity will increase. Menstruation benefit bill was tabled as a private member bill in Parliament in 2017. It is imperative to look at the significance of provision for the gender-sensitive labor policy. To improve working condition of the 10% of women who are in the formal workforce, we must not forget about the remaining 90% for informal women, so that we should be making. By this we are ending the session. Hope you like the video. Thank you.